So I know I haven't been posting as much videos as I used to be, as I used to. I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I'm doing great. I haven't had any panic attacks for I don't know how long, maybe close to a year, if not a year. But it took me a long time to get to where I am right now, and I'm fully recovered, I would say. I still get a little symptom sensation here and there, but it's nothing that really bothers me. You know, I'm still working. But the good news is that I'm now a full-time permanent employee. Where previously I was a full-time temp employee. Meaning now I can I have PTO hours. I can get holidays off. I get paid. When I was a temp, I didn't get paid for holidays. So if, for example, like during Christmas, when we had Christmas off, I didn't get paid. New Year's I didn't get paid. So now those holidays that we do get off, I get paid. Uh, the other thing now is I get paid a little bit more as a full-time employee versus a temporary employee. The downside is I get paid every 2 weeks, where when I was a temp I was getting paid every week. But there's good and bad. Other good thing, I talked about this before, where I haven't seen my daughter for 10 months, till recently, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before, when was my daughter's 17th birthday. I actually texted her using a different phone, and she actually replied within a few minutes. She said, "Thank you, who's this?" And I just said, "Your dad." And then we start texting back and forth, and I told her I miss her and stuff like that, and she said she missed me too. And so I got to spend half the day with her on Friday and half the day on Saturday. We actually went to the mall. I went to buy her stuff from the previous Christmas. It was the first Christmas I didn't get to spend with her since her mom left me, and since she was born. So so we went out, we went to the mall. We went to two different malls for spent about 5 hours at the mall. It's crazy to think that, oh my God, it's been 10 months since I seen her, talked to her, since her mom left, and her mom is with another guy. Whatever happens between whatever happened between her mom and I, as long as I get to see her, I don't have to see her mom. That's what I've been thinking about the most. I told her, I talk about her a lot. Even at work, I always mention her, and people at work knows that I'm always talking about her. And they didn't. And then when I told them that, I didn't get to, I finally got to saw her, finally seen her for the longest time. And then they said, "You must be happy because you're always talking about her." And I said, "Yeah, I'm happy because there's deadbeat dads out there, deadbeat moms, deadbeat parents out there that, they don't want to see their kids, so stuff like that." Even my neighbor mentioned to me, he hasn't been able to really get in touch with his own kids, and my neighbor's he's older than I am, but it's not that he's a deadbeat dad. It's just that, when he got divorced, his ex-wife is, brainwashing his kids, and his kids are off in college and stuff like that. So my neighbor understand what I've been going through, and but I feel kind of bad for him now that he mentioned that his kids, all three of them, hasn't really been trying to talk to him and stuff like that. But as for myself, I'm happy now. I'm also driving a different car now. I just bought a different car about 2 weeks ago now. I sold my SUV to my brother. I had the SUV that I was driving. Was actually was the car that I had my first panic attack in. My my daughter didn't grow up in that car. She grew up in the car that he was driving before he bought my SUV. My daughter grew up in a different car I used to drive, so you know, brings me a lot of memories. That car, not just for the Pantech, but my daughter was in elementary when I first bought that SUV. Um, no, actually, she was actually in elementary towards the last few years of elementary, and the car he was driving previously, she was a baby when I was driving the other car. So, and now my daughter's wanting to learn how to drive, so she's gonna be learning how to drive in the car I'm currently driving now. So, you know, my mind been filled with memories lately. Good, bad, but mostly good. But I'm happy I get to see her again, talk to her again. This between her and I are back to normal. I'm still kind of upset how what her mom did to me. Just decided to leave me. During those times when when I was still having panic attack, but not as much. But at the same time, I'm happy I got over my anxiety, got over my panic attack, got over my social anxiety, got over my depression. I'm a lot happier now than I was um this time last year. This time last year, I was still having a little panic attacks and stuff. I wasn't working, but it also been 3 months. I would say already 3 months. I mean, 3 years. Since I had my first panic attack already, and for me to look back at this time and always think, oh my God, am I ever gonna get better? The first full year, I was like, oh my God, is this thing ever gonna go away? Things like that. So if I can fully recover without taking medication, so can you. It's just the first step is to not listen to your own negative thoughts, not listen to your what if thinking, because the more you have those thoughts, it's because you're scared of whatever might of your own mind, and that's what happened to me. I'm not going to say you should blame yourself for your anxiety because we don't know where panic attacks come from. I never knew anything about panic attacks till it happened to me. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm leaving my house every day, not just to go to work, but just to leave my house. Just to be able to go places where I want to go. I've been going to San Francisco twice with a couple of my coworkers, within the last month and a half. So, things are pretty good for me right now. I'm actually going to look for another job, a part-time job, just so I can have extra money on the side. My daughter's 17, like I mentioned, she just turned 17. Not last Thursday, but the previous Thursday, and for me to think, oh my gosh, she only has one more year of high school and then she's off to college. So, and I kind of want to help her with her college and stuff like that. And she's going to be learning how to drive pretty soon. I'm actually going to be teaching her. But other than that, that's pretty much it on how I'm doing. Like I say, if I can get better, if I can recover from panic attacks, from anxiety, stuff like that, so can you. It's just you just have to work to it.